Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you'll be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that was making progress with losing weight, but wanted to accelerate the progress. And part of that was by reducing the amount of calories that they consumed, sticking to 2 healthy portions of food, but having this ability to have treats as part of this calorie deficit program. And I've worked with hundreds of people to help them lose weight. Calorie counting is not a useful way of losing weight long term, because all it does is it makes something very natural, very artificial. Where calorie counting is very effective is to build healthy habits. So if there's regular meals that you have, figuring out roughly how many calories those meals are, once you've done that once, you never need to do it again because you just know roughly how many calories that is. And this was using this idea of having about 1,000 calories of food in meal times and then an extra 200 calories for treats, but that they could double the amount of calories for treats if they had a 1-hour workout that day. And that's important because it gives this feeling of freedom and opportunity while losing weight. If the journey or the process of losing weight is miserable and it's a struggle, you're not going to do it for very long. If it feels winnable, achievable, and enjoyable, you can live like that for a very long time. So that's where it's designed. It's actually set, induction-wise, in Hampstead Heath. And I was actually taking a walk. I don't live too far from Hampstead Heath. And this is a quite a famous kind of park, a green area, nature, quite close to London, just north of London. And I was there with my children around about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I saw this incredible Victorian structure. So it's a couple of 100 years old. A very wealthy lord, I think at the time, built this incredible structure, which is like an outdoor garden. It's got arches and kind of vines and different levels and ponds and all this kind of stuff. And they call it the pergola. And when I mentioned that, the client had seen it. So I thought, okay, let's use that as part of the induction. And let's actually use disassociation through location and time. So this was built in Victorian England a couple of 100 years ago. So therefore, we use this idea of going back in time as well to think about habits in the present. So there's a little bit going on here, but at its core, it is about healthy habits, having a reward for being discerning with food, and also wanting to do more exercise. And the consequence of that, if you do that long enough, is you're going to lose a lot of weight and become a lot healthier. And that's really what that client wanted. So I think anyone wanting to lose weight will benefit from this, but it would be more if you're already eating well, and this is like the next level up, in which case you'll benefit more. And if you like the idea of a bespoke session with me, there will be a link in the show notes to schedule that free consultation call. So for now, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow the muscles in your eyelids to relax. And as you breathe out, allow your eyes to close tightly. Feeling a sense of release as any and all tension around your eyes, your eyebrows, forehead, the tiny muscles around the temple relax more and more. As you breathe in, allow yourself to breathe in deeper than you normally would. And as you exhale, allow the outward breath to go on for longer, emptying your lungs and taking with it any feelings of stress, tension, or worries. As your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine going back in time, maybe 100 years or so. And imagine going back for a walk around Hampstead Heath. Imagine it's a sunny day, and get a sense that you know it's 100 years ago because of the clothes being worn by other people around you. And as you explore the heath, I want you to imagine seeing the pergola for the very first time. See the intricate designs, the arches. I want you to get a sense of entering perhaps through an entrance and exploring pathways and steps, seeing the vines, climbing up. I want you to see all those wooden beams, and I want you to feel an incredible sense of tranquility and calm. Imagine that you perceive this as an oasis of calm in an already calm place that happens to exist surrounded by the busyness of normal life. And I want you to find a quiet place there somewhere in the pergola, maybe a bench, maybe some steps, somewhere where you can sit and just enjoy the views. There is a quietness, a calmness that starts to ripple to every cell in your body. And as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to feel a sense of calibration, letting go of what isn't needed, letting go of tension and stress, and feel here in this oasis within your mind is the ideal time to wipe the slate clean, turn over a new page, to allow your body to reset. And it may be that some of the things you do aren't through choice or desire. They're just habits that, because you've done them for so long, it feels familiar to do them again. But given that you're resetting things, now you get to look at every choice from a new perspective. Knowing what I now know, would I choose to do this? Do I really want to do this? Where's this even coming from? And just allow your mind to start recalibrating to where you are now and where you want to be. And maybe that is a future where less is more, quality over quantity. So breathe in and breathe out and just feel that you're going deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Imagine finding a door connected to an old Victorian brick wall. And as you open the door and walk through, you see a spiral staircase leading downwards to a new courtyard you've never seen before. And imagine walking down that spiral staircase, taking you somewhere new. And at the bottom, I want you to imagine is a Victorian hammock. The kind of hammock that you could laze in and drift off to even deeper levels of pure relaxation. Breathing in and breathing out, allow your mind to awaken to new ways of thinking, new ideas. That's it. I want you to imagine setting a powerful intention. An intention to nourish your body in ways that make you feel light, strong, and energized. And that intention is that from now on, you choose to consume around 1,000 calories each day, carefully selected from midday onward. And you can look forward to 2 delicious balanced meals, each between about 500 to 600 calories. Meals where you prioritize quality over quantity. And within your imagination, imagine drifting into the future to your reality, your kitchen where you prepare food, and imagine seeing a typical meal. Perhaps you could imagine eating that meal, thinking of every bite as fuel for your health and well-being. 2 meals of about 500 calories, nutritious, fibrous, whole, single ingredient foods, real food. And beyond that, imagine that you've got this 200 calorie buffer, like a flexible treat fund that allows you a little indulgence if you choose. And you appreciate that flexibility, knowing that too much control is out of control, and therefore any cravings of sweet things can be earmarked for that 200 calorie budget, knowing that it helps you stay balanced and happy with your choices. And I want you to get a sense that on those days that you do an hour in the gym, that treat fund doubles to 400 calories. I want you to get a sense that there is a pathway to health and slimness and confidence and balance that doesn't have to be punitive and restrictive. What if you can enjoy the journey and the destination? I wonder if you can picture each meal as a puzzle, and that you're an expert at putting together this puzzle, making choices that give you the most nutrition and the most enjoyment per calorie. You enjoy the process, seeing it as a rewarding challenge. As you prepare and select your food, you know you're making smart choices that satisfy both your taste and your health. You are the architect of your meal times, and you get to maximize the flavors, the nutrients, the textures, and the benefits with each meal. Imagine yourself savoring every bite, fully present and mindful, tasting the rich, nourishing flavors, and feeling deep gratitude for the way that these foods support your health and quality of life. And I want you to think of the normal time of day you tend to go to the gym. And just before you go, imagine feeling a surge of excitement and motivation, anticipating in advance the satisfaction you get from just an hour of doing cardio. Imagine arriving at the gym, wearing the clothes you normally wear, and as you begin, perhaps on a particular machine, feel your body moving easily, your heart beating strongly, and your breath steady and powerful. You set a personal challenge for yourself, a challenge that motivates you. With each session, you focus on pushing just a little more. And maybe that's doing a level of intensity you haven't done before, or seeing the number of the beats per minute of your heart rate higher than it normally would be, and get a sense that you don't have to overstretch yourself. Reach a new personal best, and aim to do that on 3 separate occasions before you make it more difficult and more challenging. Consider it like a staircase. Each new level of intensity, each new personal best is a step up. And as you picture a staircase, it's then flat for a while before the next step up. Isn't it easier to climb a staircase than it is to climb a flat sheet of glass placed on a gradient? I want you to get a sense that you increase the level, get used to the level, and then when you're ready, increase the level again. And every beat of your heart brings a sense of progress and strength as your body gets fitter, leaner, and healthier. And the extra bonus is, you leave knowing that you doubled your treat fund for that day. So if you want to indulge, you can. But everything tastes better when you've earned it. Picture your body changing, getting stronger, leaner, and full of energy. Skip through time, 1 month at a time. See your reflection in a mirror, becoming slimmer and leaner and healthier. And imagine how good it feels to be on this path, to see your efforts paying off, to feel proud of yourself every single day. You feel lighter, healthier. Your clothes fit better, maybe smaller sizes. You know that every step, every meal, and every session at the gym is bringing you closer, like gravity, to your ideal self. This vision of yourself becomes clearer and more vivid, and you feel joy in every step of this journey, knowing that you are building a body and lifestyle that supports your long-term happiness and health. From now on, you don't need to set the intention each day to nourish your body and mind. Just acknowledge that that is always your intention. And if you think about it, you're just reminding yourself of an intention that you already know. You enjoy the process of choosing healthy foods, knowing it's all part of taking care of yourself. You look forward to stepping up a level at the gym, seeing higher heart rate numbers, knowing that it's making you stronger, healthier, and happier. And over time, maybe cardio extends to more weights, other machines. Variety will keep your body on its toes, ensuring you maintain ever-increasing levels of strength and fitness. Each time you eat, each time you exercise, you're reminding yourself of the amazing progress you're making. This is just enhancing standards that have already been risen. And you could always choose to go back to lower standards. But why would you choose to lower your standards when it feels so good to increase them? Your commitment to your health, your weight loss, and your well-being is deep, and it feels good. And maybe you can feel that location of pride, accomplishment, growing confidence and self-esteem already from the progress you've already made. I want you to imagine focusing your attention back to being on that old-fashioned hammock there in a courtyard. And as you leave that hammock, feel that something has changed. A new intention, a new strategy, a new way of thinking about things, where this game feels winnable, that every day takes you closer. So climb up that spiral staircase back to the upper levels of the Pergola. And as you leave back into Hampstead Heath, perhaps seeing incredible views of trees and rolling hills, and maybe the skyline of Victorian London there off into the distance, as you remind yourself that this is a journey inside your imagination. Thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams. And it's now time to return to the here and now, taking all these new ways of thinking, these new positive intentions with you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connecting into the here and now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.